Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am making a tutorial on how to make these gradient outfits that I've been posting. A lot of people were asking for tutorials, so I have made one VIP one and one non-VIP one. I'm also going to be giving two people game passes of their choice. So if you would like to enter this giveaway, all you have to do is like the video, subscribe to my channel, comment below which game pass you would like to win and your Roblox username. I really wanted to give back to you guys to say thank you for all the kind support and just the amazing comments and all my amazing subscribers. So yeah, if you would like to, please enter the giveaway. And without further ado, let's jump into this video. So for the first outfit, this is the colors that I am going to be using. I used this website. I will leave it in the description box below, and I will also put all the hex codes that I used down there as well so you can copy them easily. So let's get started. I'm going to be making the VIP one first, so let's head in there. Let's grab this skirt, which everyone was complaining that I used too much, but we may as well use it now since we're allowed in VIP. It's perfect for gradient looks since you're able to color each tier separately. Next, let's head over and grab this rose corset. It's pretty much my favorite item in DTI right now. I just love the detail that it adds. And I'm going to be adding all the items first and then coloring afterwards since that's my favorite way to do it. So let's head over to the dressing booths next and grab some items from there. First, I'm going to use this feather dress since it's perfect for this kind of thing. Then I'm going to grab the other feather dress as well. Then I'm going to get the Madoka corset, these style showdown gloves, and the headpiece as well. Next I'm using the eyelashes and I'm setting those to toggle 3. And I'm grabbing this crown as well. I love the height that it adds for these kinds of outfits. I'm also using both the quest reward items. So I'm basically just going through and adding different items that can help me achieve the tiers and the layers I need to make a gradient. I think that's everything that we need from the dressing booths right now, so let's head over here and grab the cape. But I'm toggling off the actual cape part. I find this useful to create a nice blend of color from the hair to the outfit. Next up, I'm quickly going to grab this lace-up corset. So now we have all these different tiers and layers that we can use to color our gradient and make it really smooth. To make that effect even more extreme, I'm going to add some really tall hair. So I'm using this big hairstyle, I'm using these braided pigtails, these fluffy buns, and this hair. So that's all looking pretty good so far. Now let's pick our skin tone. Since I'm going to be doing light at the top to dark at the bottom, I'm going to make my skin tone the second lightest color so that I can make my hair above that the very lightest color. Next up, let's choose our custom makeup. I'm going to use a pre-made face, but if you'd like a tutorial for this, please let me know and I'll happily make one. Now that that's all done, let's find a quiet spot and start coloring. I like to start at the top and work my way down. So let's do the hair first. This big hairstyle, I'm going to color our very lightest color. Then the fluffy buns right below it, I'm going to make the next darkest color to start that gradient. The curly hair, I'm going to make a combination of those two colors. And the braids I'm going to color in the same way. Next, let's make the crown our lightest color and make the showdown headpiece the same color as well. Then I'm going to color the cape. I'm going to make the edges the same color as my hair, and then the inside I'm going to color the next darker color, and I'm also going to make that glittery to add a bit more definition between the two colors. And I'm just going to keep coloring that in a similar way just between those two colors and slowly getting darker as I go down. So now we're just going to go through the outfit and slowly start coloring things darker and darker as we go down. You can use your own sort of artistic eye and intuition for however you want it to look. So as you can see, I'm coloring this bow a bit darker than my collar, and I'm making my sleeves one of the middle ground colors. Then we're obviously going to be making the bottom of the feather dress our darkest last color, and I'm making this top sort of a combination of some of our darker and lighter purple colors. Now for the fun of coloring the rainbow skirt, and I'm making that our 4 darkest purple colors, slowly getting darker as I go down obviously. And then the lace part, I'm going to be coloring one of the slightly lighter purples because I feel like that somehow adds a sort of gradient look to it. I'm not sure why. Now we can really see this gradient coming to life. Let's color the side skirts. I'm going to make it 2 of the darker purples. So this is what it's looking like. I really love the pink to purple gradient. I think it's very smooth. I almost forgot to color my eyelashes. It's very important. Don't forget this step. I'm going to be making mine the lightest color so it blends in with my makeup look. And with that, your gradient look is all done. I really hope you like the way it looks. I think it's very pretty. So with that done, let's move on to our non-VIP gradient look. So these are the colors I'm going to be using for this one, but once again, I'll leave the hex codes in the description box below for you to copy easily. Let's start with our skin this time because the pink is kind of throwing me off. I'm going to make that our third lightest orange color. Then let's do some custom makeup. I'm just going to use a pre-made face again, but if you would like a tutorial, please let me know and I will happily make one for you. While we're here, let's also get some hair. I'm going to be using this Queen of Hearts hair and this tall hair again and these braids. I'm also going to set this Queen of Hearts hair to no bangs and I'm going to add these side bangs instead. I'm also using these bangs. So I think that's looking pretty good so far. Now let's get started on our gradient outfit. First thing we want to think about is building up our tiers and our layers so we can color our gradient properly. So I'm using this skirt and I'm using this dress. They both have some cute layering going on. I'm also going to use this bow dress. Then I'm going to be using this fishnet top. I really like the way it creates a sort of mesh between all the different colors. Then let's use this lace-up top and also this ruffly top. I'm also going to be using this top, but I know it costs Robux, so if you don't have it, don't worry, you can just leave it out. Then I'll use this flower crown. And now let's head over to the dressing booth. First, I'll be using this Quest Reward skirt again, and I'm going to use the top too. I'll be using all the Style Showdown rewards as well, the gloves, the headpiece, and the dress. And I'll toggle that to skirt only. I'm going to use the witch sleeves, and I'll use eyelashes, toggle 3. Then I'm going to use this coat dress. I'm also using the Halloween Quest Reward dress in type 3. And lastly, I'll grab the Supernova corset. I think that's all the items we need. So now let's find a quiet spot and start coloring in our gradient. Same as before, I'll be doing light to dark, so let's start at the top with our hair and make that our lightest color. The braids I'm going to make our next orange color, and the flower crown I'm going to make our lightest color, but I'm going to make it foil because that's just my favorite way to wear this crown. I think it makes it look so much prettier. So I think you get the idea. We're just going to go through and slowly start coloring things, making our gradient however we think it looks nice. Basically, all I'm doing here is taking our orange and slowly fading it into red, and then slowly trying to fade it into our dark color. Also, don't forget about the materials options. You can add silk and glitter and foil to add extra detail. This skirt takes up a lot of space, so I made it foily to make it more interesting and add extra detail. And here with all these skirt layers is where we can really start adding in our reds and slowly start fading into our darker burgundy colors. The feather dress I'm going to color in a combination of our two darkest colors, and I'm going to make that top part foily as well. As you can see, the feathery part does show through a bit here, but it doesn't really bother me. If it bothers you, then maybe just use the other feather dress instead. For the Halloween skirt, I'm going to make it glittery, and I tried the lighter burgundy, but I ended up making it our darkest color. For the side skirts, I just made them some of our darker red colors, and then I colored my eyelashes in the very lightest color. And just like that, I think our gradient look is pretty much all done. So here is our finished non-VIP gradient look. I think I like this one even more than the VIP one. I really love the orange to red colors, and I hope you like it too. So that is it for this tutorial. I really hope you found it helpful, and thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to enter the giveaway below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!